Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be playing a new game called Data Center. So I've played it a little bit, so I kind of know what's going on, at least an idea, and then I know how I kind of want my data center to be set up. So first off, we're going to need to buy a server, a switch, a rack, a panel, and then some cable. We come over here and open up this. I guess this is supposed to be a transport truck. So we take all this off, put it on the dolly here. Yeah, the game takes a little bit to kind of wrap your head around, or at least for me. But once you kind of get an understanding, it is quite fun. We're just gonna turn around here. Then we're gonna take our rack, put it down. We gotta open the door, grab our switch, put that in, put our server in, and grab our cable. I'm just quickly gonna do this. I don't want to actually put my servers here. It's just to get the XP to unlock some new stuff here. So I want to get the black cable and the gray cable. We're gonna buy that. We already have the panel. We're gonna need another rack, another switch, and then it wants us to get another 7 servers. We'll take the panel and just put it over here for now. And then I'm actually going to increase the space over here as well to give us a bit more space for the racks. So my idea is that first row where we put that beginning server rack is going to be for the network stuff, I guess you would call it. So all the stuff that comes off of the missions. And then the next row is going to be where we're going to put our actual servers. So let's just grab the rest of these. So then these servers provide, I believe they're called IOPS, and then each one of these servers does 5,000. So this first mission is going to require 40,000. In terms of the wire, I'm going to use blue for the stuff coming off the mainframe. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I'm just going to call it that. So the mainframe, or where the data comes from the missions. So we're going to actually, we'll open it now. It's going to be the Bermuda Triangle. And then I'm going to use black to go from this server here, which is going to be all the stuff that comes in from the mainframe. Just put that there for now. And then I'm going to use white to do all the connections inside of the server racks. Oh, we're missing a switch. Oh, I did buy it. Okay. So we put the switch at the top, and we put the panel below that, and then our servers. So 1, 2, 3. And then the way I kind of wrap my head around, or I guess that's how it actually is the switch, kind of like the hub. So we're going to have the one cable that comes in, and then from that it distributes to all the servers, and then the panel here just goes from the top one to the bottom one. And then I guess that's just to make it kind of look a bit nicer. Oh, I want all these touching. So then we need the whites. So then we need 8. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these 4, I'm going to go down the inside and just connect up like this. Just like that. And then these other 4, I'm going to go on the outside. And just run it like this. Okay, and now that's their server rack. We'll grab the black. So this is going to be the input to the switch there. So that's just easy. It just goes from that side to this side, like that. Oh. Dropped it over there. We'll just put that out of there, over there, out of the way. And then the blue is going to be the switch coming in from the missions. So we have to run it up over here to there. Up and around. We'll go one more. And then in here. So this first switch has a 10 gigabyte speed. I guess that's the same as the cable. And then the other important thing is we want the subnet number. It's going to be 69.2.19. And then the /28 is how many things we can have connected to it. So we only have 8, so we're good on that. And then the gateway, so 69.2.19.1 is going to be the address of, I guess, the switch. So for our servers, we have to start after the 1, so the 0.2. So yeah, so we take this subnet number, 69.2.19, come over to the servers, put that in here, 69.2.19, oh, 62.3.19, I don't think that's it. 62.2.19. 62.2.19 dot, and then the first one is going to be 2. The second one is going to be 3. And we just keep going down. And then the reason I am doing that with it off is when we turn these on, they'll have an EOL, so end of life, and it's going to be 4 hours. So I'm just trying to preserve the servers a bit. So we'll turn that first server on, the second one, and the first server, and then we have to press this button over for the picture. And then it should be working. But 69.2.19. 62.2.19. Interesting. It is not working. Oh. I'm just dumb. It's not 62, it's 69. 0.2, 0.19.2. Alright, so then once you have the picture selected and it works, it has this little icon here. So then we're just gonna copy this, and then we have to just go back in and fix all these. So then you can actually turn the picture when they're off. Except for that one, I guess. I put the same number in by accident. Six, 7, 8, 9. Alright, perfect. Now for the second mission, it wants us to look and then set up the server beforehand before we actually accept it. So I just want to move the dolly over here first, and then we'll go back and see what the next one is asking us for. Dad jokes. Reputation 10, so that's what we have here. And then it wants 80,000. Oh. Yeah, so you don't want to click it like I just did, because now you have a timer. So, each one of these is 5,000. So then we want 816. And then I'm actually just going to get 2. We'll switch the color. Then... okay, so we can't afford all of it. So we're gonna leave out 2 servers. And then I'm just gonna take a different color per customer. If there's any issues, or if we ever have to upgrade, or... I'm not really sure if you have to upgrade the stuff. But that way it will be a bit more easier to keep track of everything. And then I think you can fit 14 of these servers in one rack. But obviously we need a bit more than that. So we're just going to split them up instead of just shoving everything into one. I think it will be a bit more organized. We'll bring these over here. Put them down. And yeah, basically the same thing we did on that first mission. But instead we have to bring double the amount. Oh, that's not right. I need to do the panel first. Or the panel. Just like this. Go back over and grab the rest. Yeah, like I said, ideally you would want to do all this before, so you don't have a timer going on. Especially for this first mission. Or I guess the second mission, because we didn't have enough to actually buy everything, so we have to kind of wait anyway. Because we're only getting $4 a second. Then we'll just come back for the last two. But because we have it started, I think you can just start setting them up and send half of like the data in, and then you'll get paid for it. So we'll just double check that. We'll finish this first one. Grab our white cables. And it's just going to be the same thing as we did before. I went too far on that one, so we'll just take that out. Run it like that. Oh wait, no. I did the same thing on the first one. One thing to keep in mind is if you remove the cable, like I was doing, you don't actually get it back. So you lose some of the cable. Okay, and then we need the black again. Go like that. The first one. And we'll just run it into this one for the top. And put that in. Then let's go look at the number this time. 172, 16, 15. I'm going to turn it on this time. 172, 15, 16. Then this is going to be 2. Okay. 16, 15. Man, I really need to start writing these down. 15. Copy 2. $16, 15. 7, 2, 16, 15. Oh. I know why it's not working. We need to take our blue cable and run it out. Yeah, there's a lot of little things in this game where if you don't get them, nothing will work. That's why I'm trying to keep everything nice and organized, just so it's a bit easier for the troubleshooting. There we go. Alright, so it does work, and then we're still at $4, but for some reason we're losing. We are getting more money, but we're losing. We lost some bandwidth on the other one for some reason. One of our servers got disconnected. $34. 5. Let's just turn all of these on and off to see which one is the issue. That one there. Number 6. Wonder why 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we lost all of it. Not really sure. Okay, so those are all working. And then we'll just finish getting this set up and then figure out what I did wrong to make the whole other server not work. So we need 2 more. Saw 3 in there, so I guess I forgot to grab one. Yeah, I have no idea why that isn't working. Okay, so then... Probably something super obvious I'm just not getting. Okay, and then we take this one. Then we're gonna start at 10 for this one. 14. Alright, so at least we finished that before getting the penalty. Now this one. Is not working. I don't understand why it went from 0, or no, it went from 35 down to only 5. Yeah, maybe let's just redo this whole line. Maybe that will fix it. I generally have no idea why that's broken. Maybe we'll try redoing the cables. Interesting. Let's try redoing these cables then. Yeah, I've got no idea. Although, okay, let's just redo everything. Okay, so all that should be fine. But I mean, I guess this whole thing should be fine. Okay, so maybe now on, I'll put everything in the server itself and then just do all the wiring at the end when everything's hooked up. Yeah, I've got no idea. But we've got 2 missions complete. We've got Yeah, everything on a good way to start. Let's just take a quick look of what we have to do next. So we need 100,000. We don't have enough money, I don't think. Just for servers, I think we need 20. Yeah, so I'm just going to sit here and wait for a bit, and then we'll catch you on the next episode. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time.